Well, good morning, everyone. Meteorologist Chris Holtzman here. We are tracking Tropical Storm Debby bringing significant impacts to the low country as expected. So let's pull up what we have right now. I want to show you a live look over downtown Charleston. We have roads that are really deep and they're covered in water here. We have, in fact, cars that have stalled out. People abandoning cars. Do not drive around barricades. They're there for a reason, and that is due to the excessive rainfall we're already seeing with Tropical Storm Debby. Let me show you as well, as we look to our rainfall forecast, we are looking at some amounts close to a foot of rain already. So this is over the past day, or the last 24 hours rather, and we are looking at rainfall totals. Let me put some of these on for you, and you can see totals approaching 10, 11 inches into portions at Colleton and also Charleston counties. Lesser totals generally east of 26, but west of 26, where we have seen a really significant amount of rain. Totals are approaching 1 foot, and you can see radar estimating close to 12 inches of rain in the span of not only 24 hours. Most of this falling, by the way, this morning. So current alerts, just want to let you know, of course, if you have the Live 5 weather app, you got notified to these alerts. A great tool to have downloaded if you have not already. We are looking at flash flood warnings for a large part of our area. That includes flash flood warnings in effect. You can see through around 10:30, 11 o'clock. Those will likely get extended. Even a tornado warning you can see across portions of North Carolina, and that's the threat we're still tracking as we head into the afternoon. In fact, the tornado watch has been extended to around 5 o'clock this afternoon to account for that threat for tornadoes. Let's talk about Debby right now, where the worst of the rain is, and practically across the entire area, generally along and east of 26 is where the heaviest of the rain is. A lot of this rain falling over locations that already picked up close to a foot of rain, and we continue to add to that, and that is why we are looking at that significant threat for flooding. So zooming in, Georgetown, very heavy rain. We have been seeing lighter activity earlier today, but now the rain really starting to pick up as that band of moisture is focusing on your area. Also to the Andrews, Jamestown area, right along 26, West Ashley, James Island, where many areas already picked up 5 inches of rain since midnight. Putting this into motion, it's a nearly stationary band, and there's even more activity over the open waters of the Atlantic, and you can see that. So that is why we're saying several more hours of very heavy rain across the area. Also zooming out, we have even more moisture starting to move into Georgetown. As I mentioned, the actual center of Debby is over Georgia. You can see that spin west of Savannah, and that is moving at 7 miles per hour, very slow as the system is moving to the east. In fact, showing you how big the system is, you can see moisture extends all the way from Florida and even the Bahamas near Miami, all the way up into the low country of North Carolina. So this is a very big system, and we've only just begun to see really the heaviest of the rain. So 8 o'clock advisory from the National Hurricane Center. The center of the storm right there approaching the Georgia-South Carolina line, only moving at 6 miles per hour. That is slowed from the 7 miles per hour we saw in the previous advisory. So this thing is starting to slow down, and it will remain nearly stationary over our area for several days. And that is why you might be thinking, again, just a tropical storm. However, this is a potentially historic tropical storm where we are expecting this to stall out for days through at least Thursday, and then eventually move out of here on Friday. Could have a little bit of re-intensification as this stalls over warm water, but we are looking at the potential once again for significant rainfall and also significant wind as well, with perhaps gusts up to 40 to even 50 miles per hour at times. Here's a look at future trackers. We go through the rest of the morning through at least noon, 1 o'clock, very heavy rain, and then bands of moisture will be focused mainly east of 26. Now, we will notice times where we don't see really any rain at all, and that is into the afternoon and evening hours, and that is due to some moisture moving inland, but there will be times where we do see very heavy rain, and we could see within those bands of moisture tropical storm force winds. So the actual center of this system as we head into tomorrow morning will be just off our coast, and you can see even more rain moving into Wednesday afternoon and evening over areas that already picked up close to 5 to even 10 inches of rain already, and that was as of 4 o'clock this morning. We're adding additional rain to that across the area. I do want to show you as well from the Weather Prediction Center the Day 1 outlook. The Weather Prediction Center issues flood outlooks every single day for the United States, and to put this into perspective, only 4% of their outlooks a year are high risk. That's how rare it is. And our entire area is placed in that high risk, and that signifies a significant threat for widespread flooding. So you do not want to drive over roads covered in water. You do not know how deep the water is. So you definitely need to pay attention, stay off the roads, and again, do not drive through barricades. They're there for a reason. Into the day on Wednesday, we are looking at that high risk as well over most of our area, and that's because we're adding additional rain to what we've already seen. Let me show you how much rain is expected. Now, this was storm totals, but I would expect an additional 5 to 10 inches of rain or locally higher amounts possible. Most of this is also including what we already saw for that 10 to 20 inches. In terms of impacts, you can see flooding, significant damaging winds, low to moderate. Tornado threat is there as well, as we have that tornado watch in effect until 5 o'clock this afternoon. And then we also have the other alerts. Let me go to those for you and show you what we have, but we are tracking storm surge watches and warnings, also flood watches, flash flood warnings, and let me go here to our severe watches. So there's that tornado watch as I click that and put that on here, and that's in effect once again until 5 p.m. for those counties there, and that's to include the threat for quick spin-ups, which we already saw this morning. On top of that, we do have that tropical storm warning in effect for most of our area, and that is in effect until further notice. There's the tropical storm warning right there, and then we are looking at that storm surge warning. Again, that's adding an additional 2 to 4 feet above where the tide will be. So we are tracking the potential for significant flooding. We'll continue to keep you updated on the system. We'll have more updates as we head through the rest of the morning. Also, you could tune in at 9 o'clock. We'll have live updates on the tropical storm Debby, and we'll keep you updated, of course, on air, online, and on the Live 5 weather app. I'll leave you right now with the live look. I'll pull up radar of Debby, and the system continues to impact our area, and it will do so for several days. We'll be sure to keep you updated.